Welcome back to a new class of social media video edit just by using CapCut. Well, in my previous classes, I've shown you about the interface, the introduction, and also a couple of other things that you need to know about going smoothly and toggling through the interface. In this class, before starting our practical classes of how I can edit or how you'll be able to edit your social media videos, we have to learn a bit about the basic customization of files, or let's say your medias. Now, if you've seen my previous class properly and if you are still facing any issues, then you should watch this video closely and not skip any part, and make sure to give more attention to this because it's going to give you out a clearer view or a clearer idea about what type of customizations will you be able to do on your media in CapCut. So without any further ado, let's just hop onto our class by opening up CapCut on our device. From my screen, you can see that I have opened up CapCut, and also I'm using my previous files just like you can see over here. So I'm going to be using these exact files, but I'm going to delete them just in case. Okay, so I'm going to go off to our import section first, and I'm going to start customizing my video. Now, what type of video edits will you be able to apply? And as the videos and also the image section is basically the same, so I'm going to be only showing you how what kind of customizations will you be able to do on your videos. And obviously, I'm going to show you off a couple of tools to use and customize your application, not just your application, but your video edits too. First thing that you want to do is make sure to click on your video. Now, if you want to increase or decrease, obviously you won't be able to increase the video file, but you can obviously cut it out, trim it out from every corner. You can trim it out from the beginning. You can trim it out from the end too. Now, another thing that you can do over here is you can cut it or split it. If you want to split it, just make sure to take this, header, and then just click on this button over here and click on split. Now, if you just click on B on your keyboard, it will still be split. You can see like this. Okay. Now, another thing that you will check over here is that when you click on this B, it will or your cursor will basically turn into the split tool, which will basically help you to cut it out from any part you want. And you can see this line over here, which basically helps you to cut it out from any part, such as this, or maybe even this. There we go. That is how simple it is. And you can also press on just B, and you can get back to select just by pressing on A. And then we have is select leftward. So if I just click on this, all of the videos from the left will be selected. Now, in this case, I can also select from here. I can select from here. I can also select from here. But nothing like, let's say, right after that on the right will be selected. And if I want to select rightward, I can also select that, right? There we go. I can also select the whole thing from here. You can obviously press on Control A to select everything that you have on your panel. Then we have is undo, redo, and all of those. So if I just undo all of these processes, this is going to be like this. Okay. Then we have is this option split. So you can press on Control B, and there we go. You don't even have to select it. You just have to press on Control B. That's it. If you want to just undo it, just press on Control Z. And then we have is delete left. So anything from this left will be removed. Okay. And anything from the right will be removed. If I just click on over here, right, so the right part will be removed. Okay. So that is basically how it works. You can also remove the whole thing, and obviously you can bring it back just by pressing on Control Z. Then we have is add a marker. If you want to add a marker on any part of the video or audio or even your image, just click on this. It will just basically help you to understand that specific part needs to be selected. And you can press on A. And if I just click on this, it will just go back to the marker where it is placed. From here, you can also remove the marker. You have to select the marker and then remove it. If I click on this again, remove, and also remove. Then we have this option over here called freeze. So this part will be frozen. you can see we have the frozen part. So if I just play this freeze part, you can also just like this, trim it out. There we go. So basically it will just turn into one of those image type of sections where you'll be able to customize it according to your need. So if I just cut this out, delete, it will be removed. But one thing you can see over here with the videos is that if this part is at the top, that part will be visible because this part is at the bottom. So if I just keep it right over here like this, and now this part will be visible. So now you can see how this actually looks like. Okay, let's just remove this just in case because we don't need it right now. Now, the next thing that I'm going to be showing you over here with these tools, I'm going to select on this first, and then we have this option called reverse. Now, when you click on reverse on any of your clips, the whole clip will be turned into reverse. So it's going to start off from the end and it's going to just end at the beginning. But it's not that it's just going to be, turned opposite, but it's just going to be the polar opposite of that video. So there we go. It's filled. Now you can see this is filled and it will just turn the opposite. It's just going reverse now. Okay. So that is basically how simple it is. Obviously you can return it back just by pressing on undo. Then we have this option of a mirror, which is going to be the polar opposite of the mirror, how it's going to look like. It's not going to turn that thing into upside down, or let's say, bring back the beginning to the end and the end to beginning again, but it's just going to be the polar opposite. Okay, so if I click on this mirror, I have to turn this into mirror 2. So now it's going to start off from the right side. Then we have this option over here called rotate. We can rotate up any clip. There we go. This one is rotated. There we go. And this one is called resize, so that it just helps you to resize any of your videos. Confirm. And if I press on OK, this is how it's going to look like. But obviously I don't want that. I want the whole clip. So I'm going to keep it just like that. Now this option over here is called the main track magnet, which allows videos or any clips or files to just adjust itself to the end. But if I turn this off, I'll be able to keep it wherever I want. So this is kind of helpful in a lot of cases, but I would just suggest to you, if you are doing some basic video edits, just keep this turned on. But if it doesn't help you, you can turn this off anytime you want. Then we also have auto snapping. It just auto snaps. Okay, you can see just auto snaps. You can turn this off. It's just not going to snap. Okay, if I just turn this off, there we go. You'll be able to see that it's not going to snap, but it's just going to go to the top or the bottom. Okay, but if I turn this auto snap on, it is going to snap itself. Okay, and then we have is this turn on preview axis. You can also see we have the preview axis over here, which just allows us to check the whole video. But if I turn this off, you can see you will not get a preview whenever you use the cursor above it. Okay, so that is how it works. Then we have is this fit to timeline, which just basically helps you to fit it to the timeline. Doesn't matter how big it is. So even if I make a couple of duplicates of this, Control C, Control V, if I zoom out, even if I keep all of them at once right over here, if I keep this right over here, there we go. And even if I click on this, this is how it will look like. Okay, so I can select up left and right. Okay, I can remove the ones which I do not need. I'm just going to remove this part, delete. Okay, so basically that is how it is going to work. Now, the next things that I'm going to show you is going to be the basic video edits, such as transformation. So you can also use keyframing. Okay, so you can use keyframes such as transform over here. Let's say I want to increase the scaling, increase it up, decrease it up. So maybe in this case, I want to start off from the beginning. I'm just going to undo the process and I'm going to start off the keyframe over here. And right after this part, I wanted to zoom in. There we go, keyframe added. And if I play this, I'm just going to take it to more of the beginning. And basically after the keyframe, you can basically see this is just zooming in. That is how it is going to look like. But I'm just going to undo the process because I don't need the keyframe right now. You can also use this slider over here, and you can use these numericals. You can type it in too. You can use uniform scale if you want to, but it will just basically help you to stretch, but I don't want it to be stretched. So I'm going to keep it just like this, uniform scaled, Control Z, and I'm going to keep it uniform scaled again. You can fix in the position of the X and Y axis, just like this, and obviously use the keyframe. You can use the rotate using this knob over here, type it in, use this over here, and obviously you'll be able to keyframe whatever you want. Then the next one's option over here is basically the left and right, the adjacent. Let's say you'll be able to use the text. So I'm just going to apply one text to show it to you. If I apply my text over here, I'll be able to, let's say, customize my font. But if I just go up over here, I'll be able to customize it like this. If I keep it in the middle, it's going to be at the middle. I can also keep it at the right, left, bottom, top, center, middle, and also at the bottom. So it depends on however you like the photo or the video or your clip. Okay. You can blend it up anytime you want. You can turn off blend too. So if I click on blend by fixing the opacity, this is how it will look like because the background is black. So it is just turning a bit blackish. Okay. Then we have a stabilize. You can stabilize your video. Let's say maybe I want most stable. So it's going to take a bit of time to process. You can see it over here. And after it reaches like 100%, it's just going to give you out the output. And it's also obviously going to be like a lot stable than the basic video. So you just have to wait for a bit until this is done. And after it is done, I'm going to show you the outcome. So after the processing is done, now if you play it, you can see this is a lot more stable than just being on the recommended or like the basic. You can see how smooth that is. Play it. But obviously it's going to tweak the video just a bit. So it's not going to be completely natural all of the time. Okay. So there we go. We have the stabilization. Then we can also enhance the image. So if I just allow it, it's going to enhance it. And it's obviously going to take a bit of time to apply the features. And obviously you'll be able to select if you want HD or UHD. So HD is just high definition, and you can also apply ultra high definition if you want to. And obviously you can see the processes, you can see enhancing in, and this is almost on 50%. So we're just going to wait for a bit more. And I'm going to increase this to check out if it looks good. Okay. Reduce it. There we go. So we can check out all of these tools, and I'm going to show you each and every one of them so you don't have to worry about it. So just wait until this is done. So right after this is done, now you can see this looks a lot more different than this one. You can see this is HD, looking a lot more saturated and also has a lot more structure to it. Okay. Then you can also remove the image noise. You can see this is processing. It takes a bit of time, and obviously in a couple of cases, you will not be able to apply it until you have Pro. But now you can see this is processing. So I'm just going to wait until the process has been done. It will remove all the grains, and you can see we have different levels of it. You'll be able to apply weak ones. You'll be able to apply the strong one too. Then we also have optical flow. We have relight, auto reframe, remove the flickers, AI movement. So I'm going to show you a couple of the basic ones, and then I'm going to move on to more, let's say, structured and more of the, let's say, couple of the other ones such as background removal, mask, and retouch. Okay, so I'm just going to wait until this is done. You can see this is on 47%. I'm just going to show it to you after this has been completed. Now, if I just try playing this, you can see it is really weak. This is quite grained up, but this is a lot more clear. You can see this is a lot more clear. And when you go after this part, this is a bit grainy. Okay. We just look in a lot more closer. There is a lot less grains. Well, in this one, there is a bit of grain, which is visible. Okay, so this is how it will work. Then we also have like optical flow. You can turn it on if you want to. You can change it whenever you want, such as different frames, 60 frames, 50 frames, whichever one you prefer. You can change it. And there we go. It has been applied. It is waiting. You can see applying 3 of these features. So I'm just going to close off the previous ones. I'm just going to close these off. And you can see this one is processing right now. And you can apply to all if you want to. There we go. All of the ones will start applying it. We also have relight. You can apply lights to any of the parts. Maybe soft face. I'm just going to apply it and check it out if it works. But if there is no face detected, it's just going to apply a bit of this. You'll be able to apply it, and it's just going to be like that. You can apply directional, you can apply both, whichever one you prefer. You can fix in the radius. You can apply auto reframe. You can also apply flickers or remove the flickers if you want to. You can apply AI movement to it, maybe a bit of dramatic. Well, these are also kind of new. So you can apply them. You can also apply camera tracking and also a bit of motion blur so that it looks a lot more smoother. So all of these are going to be applied. You can see applying 5 of these features. And when you just take your cursor to this level, you will check out the processing level of each and every one of them, which is going to take a bit of time. But the better PC or the better device you have, the faster it is going to be. And also these features also require a bit of internet connection. So make sure to have a stable internet connection whenever you are working with these features in CapCut. So after all of these are done, I'm just going to go off to background removal, the mask, and also retouch, and then show you the rest of the ones step by step. So I have applied all of these movements and every changes that I needed to be applied. So now if I just play it up, you can see this is how it looks like, but I'm just going to refresh it for now. Play it again. I have to play it a couple of times because like before it turns out or gives out all of the effects. You can see this looks kind of like this, but it's obviously not going to look like that until after it all processes up everything. You can see it just takes a bit of time to process it up. Okay. So after I play it, you can see this is how it looks like. Then after all of the applications or all of the edits have been applied, this is how it's supposed to look like. This is AI movement, which is causing the video or the structure to move a bit and jiggle a bit. Okay, there we go. So that's all you need to know about the basics. And obviously there are a couple of things that you can try it on your own, fix in the adjustments. Now, if you want to remove the backgrounds, let's say I'm just going to remove, let's say the motion blur. I'm going to remove the AI movement, turn this off. I'm going to close this off for now, turn this off. You can also apply keyframes to each and every one, so you don't have to worry about, the transitions and stuff. So I'm going to go up, relight, turn this off, optical flow, remove this. Okay, so that's all you need to do. If you want to remove your background, just click on custom removal, or you can also auto removal if you want to. It's going to process it up a bit, and it's going to remove all the background it can detect up in your clip or even in your specific file. So I can also try it out with specific files. Let's say maybe I want to use this. In this case, I'm going to click on this. There we go. It is still processing. And I'm also going to do the same thing on this removal. So it's just going to cause it to make it look a bit more better, because in this clip, we don't have any specific subject except for the cup and the mug. But when we have a specific subject in the clip, it will be easier for CapCut to detect up the part and remove the background. Okay, so in this case, if I remove it, auto removal, it's also going to take out the cutout. You can see how simple and easy it is for CapCut to remove it in an instance. Okay, so the better the structure or the better the subject looks, or the better the structure and the subject is to define, it will be easier for CapCut to remove the background. Then we can also custom remove it. We can also apply chroma key. You can apply the chroma key and fix it up. Well, this works in most cases with a green screen, so I'll be able to show it to you too. You can also apply mask. This is basically going to give you a mask just like this. You can remove it. You can also fix in the opacity. You can fix in the level just like this. You can do the next ones too. Try applying it on your own. And we can also apply a bit of retouch to any part of the subject, such as face, face preset, body preset, and so on. You can fix in the speed of the video. You can see slower and then goes faster again. Okay. And in this case, it's going to go a bit more faster. You can see it will go faster and then slow again. Okay. So all of these curves, you'll be able to apply it. You can fix in the speed just by typing in the number. You can fix in the duration, which you want to fix. And now we have animation. You can also apply animation like this, maybe like this, or even like this. Not just animation, you'll be able to apply filters and effect just by clicking on them and dragging it onto the file. Okay. So if you don't want any, just click on none and it will be removed. You can also apply in and out, and you can also apply combo effects. Then let's go off the adjustment, which is one of the most important parts for color grading, which is going to make your video look a lot more better. You can start off with the basics. You can see effects, then the slightness, the colors, the HSL, then the curves, the color wheel, and also the mask. Well, these things you have to just apply it on your own. You can apply auto adjustments, you can apply LUTs, you can fix out the exposure, contrast, everything from here. So just find out your own adjustment according to your needs. You can go off to HSL and curves and so on. And the last one which we have is AI stylization. Well, there's no subject to it, so I'm just going to apply this over here. Select up the subject, go to AI stylize, and turn this dial on, allow, and then you'll be able to apply whatever effect or whatever AI stylization you want to apply on your clip or onto your media. It will take a bit of time to apply it, so make sure to keep in mind. I'm just going to remove this text because I don't need it right now. And if I just go off over here, there we go. This is how it looks like. You'll be able to apply more, just like this, transcend. You can see you have to join CapCut Pro to apply a couple of these features. Okay. If you don't want any, you can remove them and apply the other one. Okay. If this doesn't work, try out the other ones, which are totally free. You can see camera. Okay. It will take a bit of time to apply the effect, so wait for a bit until this has been done. And there we go. This is how it looks like. Let's just remove this. So this is how it's going to look like on video or let's say photos. If you want to work with audio, you can just click on the audio and you can start off from the basics such as volume up and down. You can do the same thing on the timeline, fade in, also fade out. You can fix that. You can normalize the loudness. You can enhance the voice. You can reduce the noise, vocal isolation, also fill the channel if you want to. So there are a couple of things which you can do basically. So if I just try playing each and every one of them, if I play this, okay, this is how it's going to sound like. You can reduce the noise if you want to. You can fill in the channel too. Okay, you'll be able to create new tracks if you want to. You can just mute the tracks from here and you'll be able to apply whatever customizations you want. So that is it, or that is it for our video and audio customizations. Let's just remove each and every one of them. And now let's go off into our text. So if I go off the text and apply any one of these texts, you can see we have the text. You can apply animation. You can apply tracking, let's say such as motion tracking. Maybe I want it from here to here, and then I want it from here to here. So if I just play it, you can see there is no motion, but you need to move in the text. Both, scale, start. We can see no tracked clip found. So if I just take this over here, go off to import, and if I take this over here, I'm going to click on this, go off to tracking, motion track, start off tracking. You can see it is starting to track. It's going to take a bit of time to track up the audio with, or let's say not the audio, from the text to the video. You can see all of the part is being tracked. So it's going to take a bit of time. You have 5 seconds. Let's just cut out this part. Play it. You can see it is moving a bit and then it's just removed. We can increase the part up and obviously you'll be able to track with a better clip where it is moving a lot more. Let's just remove these because we don't need any of those anymore. You can apply text over here. You can apply bubbles if you want to. You can see you can apply effects to your text too. You can also apply text to speech. So whatever text you type over here, you'll be able to apply with this. Generate speech.
Default text.
This is how it is going to work. Okay. So that is it. That's all you need to know. And if you want to apply, let's say I'm going to apply this over here. Let's just remove this, delete. If you want to apply effects to it, just go off the effects, apply any one of these, and it's going to be applied to your video. Apply it and just go from the beginning. There we go. Start playing it. And we have those effects. This is body effects, so I'm not going to be applying that. In this case, I'm going to be looking for maybe something better. So let's just apply this instead of that. Effect added. So if I just go off over here, play it, this is how it is going to look. We can do the same thing with transition. Let's say maybe right over here, I'm going to press on Control B. Also, I'm going to cut out this part. This part too, and this part too. Select on A to select the parts. Now over here, I want to apply a bit of transition. So what you want to do is take any one of these transitions right over here. Play, there we go. This is how you will be able to apply transition. And after you are done, you can just apply any cover photo. You can also select from video or maybe even from local. So if I take this, I'm going to go off the downloads, and this is what I want the cover photo to look like. So this is going to be this, okay? Save it up. I'm just going to save this just in case. You'll be able to apply whatever you want, and this is going to be the cover photo, okay? So this is kind of like a thumbnail, which you'll be able to apply. So there we go. We're almost done, and hope you understood about everything in this class. And the rest of the things which you have to do is toggle through each and every one of these interfaces. Try applying these, adjustments or whatever customizations you want. It is basically very simple to go through each and every one of them. You just have to make sure to just keep on the practice and go through each and every one of them to check it out, discover more, and try it on your own project. So thank you again for watching this video up till the very end. If you have any confusion or any question, feel free to ask me anytime. I'm always there to help you out. So without any further ado, let's move on to our next class of CapCut for social media video edits. And from our next class, we're going to start off editing our videos for social media.